First tonight on Our News at 7, a former deputy chief magistrate is lending her voice to stand against elderly abuse. This just one day after Grand Bahama residents took to the streets in a protest. Plus, recycled and old. That's how the Free National Movement leader views the recent crime initiative announced by the nation's leader. And then, enhancing the image of the Bahamas, the tourism minister says the Sports in Paradise initiative is booming as Bahamian athletes continue to excel. And then, in our news at 7:30, several union leaders are threatening strike action, and it could shut down several industries. We have the details on these stories and more as Our News Live at 7 starts now. This is Our News Live at 7. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Shepard. One day after the standoff between a home away from home owner Murphy Knowles and Philippa Carey grabbed headlines, a former deputy chief magistrate and attorney is speaking out and demanding a full probe into the matter. Berthany McDermott has that report.
It is very sad that the elderly people or people who are disabled are taken advantage of in respect to their money, their property, and I believe that they should be protected.
That's former Deputy Chief Magistrate Rengen Johnson summing up how she feels about a case that has triggered outrage in Grand Bahama. Grand Bahamian Philippa Carey told Our News yesterday she placed her ailing grandmother, who she calls mom, into a care facility in 2023 after finding a job on another island. But when she returned to the island, Carey claims she met the owner of a home away from home, Murphy Knowles, living in their home. Her mom, who she says has dementia, was still at the elderly care facility. Carey says Knowles also informed her that her mom signed over her NIB pension and survivor's death benefit and gave her power of attorney over her. It prompted dozens of people to protest outside the home away from home on Thursday. Former Magistrate Johnson is among those outraged over the situation. She's calling for an investigation into this matter.
Some of the things that I have heard, it really relates to elderly persons who are not just dementia, they also are blind. So therefore, whatever they're asked to sign, it should not be treated as lawful.
Johnson is also taking aim at the attorney that certified the documents.
I think as attorneys, we should make more inquiry and ask questions as to when we are asked to prepare conveyances, deed of gift, or any other document that is going to take away the rights of the person that they are using.
A joint statement from the Ministry for Grand Bahama and the Ministry of Social Services Information and Broadcasting revealed an investigation would be launched on this matter. Johnson is advising anyone who finds themselves in a similar situation to seek legal action.
They do have the right to bring the matter to court, for the court to declare that there has been an act of forgery.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
Thanks so much, Berthany. Now we encourage you to stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 as we have more developments on this matter coming into our newsroom. Well, recycled and old ideas extracted from the internet. That's how Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard is describing the crime initiative announced by the Prime Minister last week. It's been dubbed the Clear and Hold Build Initiative, and it hit the Angliston community this week after police say they saw an uptick in crime there. Pintard says he isn't impressed.
These are simply glossy papers on which they have put concepts they didn't conceive, but we do not see a definitive program. The Prime Minister recently has injected himself into a number of matters to try and reassure the public that now we are really serious. In other words, he is saying, now that the Commissioner and his entire team have not been able to deliver, now that the Minister of National Security has not been able to deliver, I'm stepping up to the plate.
The very next day after the initiative was launched, 2 men were shot and killed in New Providence, pushing the murder count closer to 100 with just over 2 months left in the year. Pintard also calling the initiative a replay of the same old movie.
So the Prime Minister once again has come in as if my involvement now will produce results. And again, we have seen him miss deadlines. So we believe what's happening in the case of fighting crime, we've already seen that movie as it relates to commercial pursuits, and he has failed in both cases.
Are behind bars tonight after police say they were caught stripping a stolen car. The suspects are 19, 17, and 16 years old. Police were tipped off about the crime and went to a location off Cowpen Road around 5 p.m. on Thursday. At that scene, they saw the suspects taking parts of a Honda Fit that was reported stolen. On the heels of Jonquel Jones winning the 2024 WNBA Finals MVP trophy, Tourism Minister Chester Cooper says the Bahamas is sure to reap benefits from JJ's win. He also referenced Jazz Chisholm Jr. and the New York Yankees making it to the World Series. Cooper says sports in Paradise is booming, and ambassadors such as Jonquel and Jazz will only continue to enhance the Bahamas' image with regards to sports.
We're excited for her. We are excited for Brand Bahamas. We've truly carved our place in sports in the world, and this cements our standard and our standing as a sports tourism mecca. We continue to leverage the ambassadorial efforts of our Bahamian professional athletes, and we look forward to celebrating with both Jazz and John Quill in due course.
It's time now for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, and a happy TGIF, everybody. A beautiful evening setting up for us on the outside. We got down to low 70s last night, and looks as though we're going to be headed that way. Once again, 80 degrees is our current temperature outside our studios with a few clouds. We will call it breezy. Your winds are out of the northeast at 15 miles per hour. Feels like temperature hanging out in the mid-70s. Taking a look at current temperatures around the islands tonight, it's 79 in Freeport as well as in Marsh Harbor, Abaco. We pick up 81 in Alistown, Bimini. A string of 80s, Nicholstown, Andros, Great Harbor Key here in the capital as well as in Governor's Harbor, Central Bahamas. 80 degrees in Kemps Bay, 81 Arthurstown, Cat Island, and in Deadman's Key, 82 in Georgetown, Cobentown, San Salvador, 79, and into the Southeast Bahamas, 83 Duncantown, Ragged Island, 82 in Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, as well as Abrahamas Bay, all 81. 82 in Matthewtown, Inagua, and our neighbors to the southeast, Turks and Caicos Islands. You round out a temperature profile at 83. Satellite radar composite, rinse and repeat. High pressure is in charge, dry air mass in place. It's a little on the breezy side, so we're picking up some low-level moisture across the area, but we have that little trailing stream of moisture still hanging out near the southeast Bahamas, Turks and Caicos Islands. You guys are getting some isolated showers down there, but that will dissipate, and this high pressure will remain with us throughout the rest of the weekend, and it's going to be strengthening a little bit, so we're looking for some breezy conditions through the rest of the weekend. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. Look at your extended forecast is still to come.
First tonight on Our News at 7, a former deputy chief magistrate is lending her voice to stand against elderly abuse. This just one day after Grand Bahama residents took to the streets in a protest. Plus, still to come in our news, Cable Bahamas group of companies taking the time to celebrate epic employees this week. We'll tell you about the internal celebrations. But first, 10YS takes a look at sports back then and athletes grabbing headlines in present day. That's coming up when our news returns.
Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Catch the Charlie Bahama Show this week where we have It's Your Girl Wendy.
Either we're here or we're in New York.
Well, where you want us to be? I want to be there.
Let me put some in my mouth. I won't say nothing wrong. Anyway.
It's always so good to talk to you, Charlie. Oh my gosh.
Charlie Bahama Show every Friday night, 8 p.m. right here on Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
Up. It's going to be a ride you'll never forget. The 242 Hardest Artist is coming to give you a ride of a lifetime.
Join us as we count down the Rev Up Top 7.
Get ready to rev up. Are you ready?
This November 5th, millions of Americans will decide in a race that will define history. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump in a fight to the finish.
Perhaps not since the Civil War has this great country felt as politically, spiritually, and emotionally divided as it does then at this moment.
The world is watching, and so are we. Starting November 3rd, Our News is live from the U.S. with a Bahamian perspective, because Our News is everywhere, always there when it counts.
Hey y'all, are you ready to be inspired? I am thrilled to announce that Inspire Her 2024 is coming, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Join us at the luxurious Atlantis Hotel Paradise Island on October 10th for an evening filled with inspiration, empowerment, and connection. The evening session promises to offer exclusive networking opportunities and transformative discussions. We invite everyone to attend and to be part of this incredible gathering. Hear from leading women activists, entrepreneurs, CEOs, thought leaders, and more as they share their stories, insights, and wisdom. Tickets are now available for purchase through the Alive Events app. Corporate packages and vendor opportunities are also available.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. It doesn't matter who he partnered with. Whenever Mark Knowles was across the court from the Bryan brothers, it was always a big deal. On this day in 2004, Knowles and Daniel Nestor got the edge in this chapter of the rivalry. The two teams squared off 26 times with Mike and Bob holding a 17-9 advantage, but October 25th at the finals of the 2004 Madrid Masters belonged to Knowles and Nestor. In the third edition of the tournament in the ATP Masters Series, Knowles and Nestor won the finals 6-3, 6-4. Interestingly enough, it turned out to be their easiest match of the entire draw. Through the first two rounds, Knowles and Nestor had to endure grueling 3-set wins. In the semifinals, they won 6-4, 7-6 over future Knowles teammate Mahesh Bhupathi and Max Mirny to advance to the finals.
That was back then. Here's what's coming up on Our Sports tonight. JJ and the New York Liberty get their day in the streets of New York to celebrate the WNBA title. Over 80,000 fans lined up the streets for the Liberty's ticker tape parade. The Bahamas fall short in Game 2 at the Caribbean Baseball Cup.
Coming into the gate, everyone thought that this was the weaker team that we played. Obviously, they came together and they played as a team, put some balls in play, and that's going to carry on for the rest of the tournament. So I think as we go forward, we know we can't take any game for granted, and we just had to come out strong and play our game.
Bahamians are already having top performances early in the NCAA swimming season. And of course, the top 10 plays of the week.
That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as thousands of bottles of a popular antidepressant are recalled. Plus, cases of a dangerous bacteria which thrives in floodwaters and can cause severe infections doubled in Florida following Hurricane Helene. And then a Honda recall in the United States impacting models including Accords, Accord hybrids, Civic, and Civic hybrids. We have much more details when our news returns.
Hey y'all, are you ready to be inspired? I am thrilled to announce that Inspire Her 2024 is coming, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Join us at the luxurious Atlantis Hotel Paradise Island on October 10th for an evening filled with inspiration, empowerment, and connection. The evening session promises to offer exclusive networking opportunities and transformative discussions. We invite everyone to attend and to be part of this incredible gathering. Hear from leading women activists, entrepreneurs, CEOs, thought leaders, and more as they share their stories, insights, and wisdom. Tickets are now available for purchase through the Alive Events app. Corporate packages and vendor opportunities are also available, providing a unique platform for businesses to showcase their support and connect with a diverse audience. Grab your girlfriends, mark your calendars for October 10th, and join us at the Inspire Her 2024 Women's Conference. See you there.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Thousands of bottles of duloxetine, an antidepressant marketed as Cymbalta, are being recalled due to a toxic chemical compound that could be harmful in high levels. The FDA has classified this as a Class 2 recall, indicating a low risk of serious health effects. The voluntary recall, which began on October 10th, includes over 7,000 bottles of 20 milligrams duloxetine delayed-release capsules. The compound is suspected of being potentially cancer-causing, and patients are urged to consult their healthcare providers before stopping the medication. Hurricane Helene's aftermath in Florida has not only caused destruction, but also led to a spike in cases of Vibrio vulnificus, new data shows. Since Helene's landfall on September 26, Florida has reported 38 new cases, doubling the year's total to 76. The bacteria, which thrives in floodwaters, can cause severe infections and pose a heightened risk for those with open wounds or weakened immune systems. Experts warn that floodwaters remain a significant threat long after storms. Honda announced this week it is recalling over 700,000 vehicles in the U.S. due to a potential fuel pump issue that could lead to fuel leaks and increase the risk of fire. The recall affects models including the 2023 to 2024 Accord and Accord Hybrid, 2025 Civic and Civic Hybrid, and 2023 to 2025 CR-V Hybrid. This follows an earlier recall in October for steering issues affecting 1.7 million vehicles. The automaker says dealers will inspect and replace the fuel pump for free, with owner notifications expected in the mail by December 4th. 10 building control notices were issued to occupants of illegal structures in Lower Bight Providenciales during an enforcement operation on October 9th. According to a press release from Turks and Caicos Islands officials, the operation responded to multiple complaints from private landowners regarding unauthorized structures. The effort was led by the Planning Department with support from the Crown Land Unit and security from the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force. These notices are said to be a key step in enforcing building regulations and addressing unregulated developments in TCI. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was October 25th. Plus, connecting for a cause. The third annual Connect for Cancer Fun Run, Walk, and Mini Health Expo is all systems go for this Saturday. And then in our news at 7:30, more challenges at the Princess Margaret Hospital. This as young patients are reportedly sleeping in the chapel. That's coming up when our news returns.
My name is Trevor Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts. Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you with?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need you 25 cents no more.
On this day in Bahamian history in 2014, Ronnie Butler was inducted into the Caribbean Hall of Fame in Kingston, Jamaica. The late Bahamian icon brought us hit songs like Burma Road, Married Man, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, and many others. At the time of his induction, he was the fourth Bahamian to earn the distinction, joining the ranks of Sir Lyndon Pindling, Sir Sidney Poitier, and Eddie Minnis. Then in 2015, Dr. Hervis Lamont Bain died in Nassau. He was 73. Bain was a theologian, artist, and cultural icon. As a nation builder, he ushered the Bahamas onto the scene with his exemplary creation of our national symbols, the flag and coat of arms, for an independent Bahamas in 1973. Dr. Bain was a significant fixture in the worlds of education and culture, particularly Junkanoo, having influenced many of the past great icons we know today. Then in 2017, at the Progressive Liberal Party's convention, Philip Davis and Chester Cooper were elected leader and deputy leader respectively. In the 2021 general elections, Davis and Cooper led the party to victory. And in 2018, former cabinet minister and PLP chairman emeritus Bradley Roberts died 2 months before his 75th birthday.
For me, he was a good friend, a mentor, someone who was one of my strong supporters, who always gave me good advice, and who always was there for me.
I think history has a way of catching up with these things, and the question is, what would have caused the PLP to win in 2002? What would have caused us to win in 2012? And significant contributions on a sustained basis from personalities like Bradley Roberts.
Although they were political opponents, former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram said at the time, Roberts would be remembered as a firebrand politician. Roberts was first elected to the House for the PLP in a by-election following the death of Shadrach Morris, who was the incumbent in the Old Grantstown constituency in 1982. Roberts served continuously as an MP for 25 years, but did not run for re-election in the 2007 general election and retired from frontline politics in 2017.
The nominated Best of the Best of Cable Bahamas and Alive staff gathered at the Access Co-work Suites in One West Plaza for this quarter's Epic Awards on Tuesday. Nominees spanned line staff, supervisors, managers, and directors, all getting their chance to shine on stage as their names were called. CEO of Alive, John Gomez, says it's a much-needed time to highlight the hard work of the people who make it all happen.
So we want to make it an epic event. So we bus all of the nominees and awardees to the site. We serve them lunch. There's a buffet for them, and there are prizes, there are table prizes. So it's really an epic event where we celebrate them for everything that they do.
Nothing like peer recognition. And so the process is within the departments, each department, they are able to recommend and nominate their peers. And there's a voting department or a session that takes place within their departments, and then it comes to human resources, and we celebrate publicly within the company.
Our very own news production supervisor, Taran Knowles, was nominated for the Epic Awards for Supervisors. TV operations manager for Our TV, Jahali Swan, says it was an obvious choice to nominate Taran.
It was simple, right? Because he is a hard worker. He is determined, and he's dedicated, He's dedicated to what he does. He is an amazing team member, well loved by his peers. So nominating him, no brainer.
Me, honestly, I was really surprised. I didn't expect it. But honestly, I really appreciate my colleagues voting for me. And I just want to thank the company for showing that they care, because they don't have to do it. But this kind of shows that hard work pays off.
We definitely care and appreciate you, Taran. Congratulations. Well, the third annual Connect for Cancer Fun Run Walk and Mini Health Expo is set for this Saturday. The event, held by South Beach MP Bacchus Roll, was born out of a desire to assist those impacted by cancer in the community. Funds raised from this year's event, set to begin at 6 a.m. from the beach in South Beach, will be donated to the Sister Sister organization. In 2022, funds raised were donated to the Cancer Society of the Bahamas, and last year, funds raised were donated to 2 residents of South Beach battling cancer. Roll spoke to us about why Sister Sister was chosen.
Here is a group that is really fighting, really wanting to do the everyday fight, not the big balls and what have you, but to catch the common man, the everyday man. And then having conversations with Sister, we found that they were having challenges with the ports, being able to purchase ports for the chemotherapy. And if that is an area of focus for them, then we want to reach out and help them in that area. And so we've decided that is where we will place our focus this particular year.
City of Hope, formerly known as the Cancer Treatment Center of America, is the title sponsor for the event. City of Hope International Coordinator Lakeisha Morley shared why it is so important for the company to support an initiative like this.
This is our way to assist in bringing awareness into the community, so not only South Beach, but the Bahamas in general, to let our patients know that we are here and we are here to assist. And then in addition, cancer is not only, it's not a death sentence, So we have people living with cancer, surviving with cancer. So this awareness is an incentive to say, listen, you can beat this. There are ways in which you can, strive and live with cancer and combat it.
Now, to watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, visit ournews.bs. That does it for Our News at 7. Joining us now is our Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia.
Happy Friday, Megan.
Happy Friday.
All right. Well, coming up, the owner of an elderly home given 1-week eviction notice following claims of exploitation. And the National Training Agency takes its program to West Grand Bahama. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, controversy continues at a local elderly home on Grand Bahama. We have the latest straight ahead. Plus, the Consultant Physician Staff Association president claims pediatricians sometimes purchase medication for their patients. We have our full comments coming up. Also, union leaders threaten strike action. The president of the TUC speaks. And later, the Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies offering fashionable styles this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The story when Our News continues.
Candino Nodes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the Our News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task. Turning off lights when you leave a room. Unplugging appliances not in use. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
I love my EV. I am Generation E.
I am Generation E. I am Generation E.
And I am Generation E.
I'm Michaela Kerr. I'm an 18-year-old freshman at the University of the Bahamas, and I'm a
Welcome to Our News. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Italia Hall. The ongoing dispute over who holds power of attorney for Ingrid Carey and who owns her home has reportedly reached a conclusion. Today, a representative of the Carey family told reporters that Murphy Knowles, the owner of Home Away from Home, has been given 1 week to remove her belongings and vacate Ingrid's residence. Dr. Sandy Bullock stated that, to her understanding, Ingrid Carey has been diagnosed with dementia. As of this evening, Ingrid Carey has been removed from Murphy Knowles' care. Thursday afternoon saw another packed scene outside a Home Away from Home with law enforcement representatives from the Department of Social Services and members of the public present at the scene.
We have come to an amicable understanding to remove the patient. The patient will be in the care of her daughter, and caregiving services will be provided for the patient moving forward.
Dr. Boleg, who operates a hospice center providing caregiving services, claims the Carey family approached her for assistance in caring for Ingrid. On Thursday, a large crowd of Grand Bahamians gathered to protest outside a Home Away from Home after learning about the troubling situation the night before. Today, officials waited outside the home for Murphy Knowles before ultimately proceeding with Ingrid's removal from the residence.
There was a documentation that was alleged to have been given to Ms. Knowles. We have the proper, authentic power of attorney documentation from 2011 in the possession of her sister, Mrs. Sharon Thompson.
So is that document the original document?
Original document from 2011.
Well, challenges at the Princess Margaret Hospital once again thrust into focus. The Consultant Physician Staff Association President Dr. Sherelle Lockhart says physicians, specifically pediatricians, use their own resources at times to purchase medication for their young patients. Speaking to fellow union affiliates at the Trade Union Congress rally last night, Lockhart says enough is enough.
When we don't have medicines in the hospital, what do? You take your money, you take your hand and you put in your pocket and you go buy medicines for your patients. I personally cannot stand by and see a little kid with 104 fever and I don't have no Motrin. I put in my pocket and I get ibuprofen or Motrin to take care of my kids. I take them very seriously. That ain't no joke.
Lockhart told the media that young patients were sleeping in the hospital's chapel due to lack of space. She also says continued poor working conditions throughout the hospital can be the reason for long delays or patients being turned away altogether.
We have physicians and nurses and ancillary staff working in rooms with no air conditioning and no windows that can open so you could get fresh air. So yes, patients are not being seen because we don't have anywhere to see them that is safe for our medical staff, our nurses, our physicians. Enough is enough.
The prosecution has rested its case against North Abaco MP Kirk Cornish. He's accused of raping, threatening to kill, and assaulting his ex-girlfriend. The incidents allegedly happened between January and April of 2023. Today, one of the investigating officers, ASP Ramando Russell, said there was no physical evidence to support the woman's case. In her testimony, the woman claimed that Cornish raped her and spat in her face. He's accused of poking her in the eye, choking her, and threatening to shoot her in the head. Cornish isn't expected to take the stand when the case resumes on Monday. His lawyer, Ty Pendermacki, will call character witnesses instead. Well, several union leaders are threatening strike action, and it could shut down several industries. They're all members of the Trade Union Congress. At a joint meeting last night, they said it's not about deciding if they will strike, but when. As our Joshua Williams tells us in this report, their frustrations are boiling over.
The Egyptians you see today, you will see them no more.
An amped-up crowd outside of the House of Labor on Wolf Road last night as the Trade Union Congress held a rally where the 41 unions said they were fed up. It comes 3 years after the TUC signed a memorandum of understanding with the PLP when they were in opposition. Since then, the relationship has gone up in flames. Some union leaders and the opposition have been on record accusing TUC President Obie Ferguson of being a political pawn. I asked him if he felt betrayed.
Big time. I mean, what else could it be?
Now, a number of unions under the umbrella union also present tonight. Their various presidents passionately airing their grievances.
So we're not being personal or political at all. It is what it is. Stand on what's right, and that's it.
We've held on with all of this foolishness going on for 3.5 years.
2024 will not go out unless I have the rest of those promotions.
Bahamas Educators Managerial Union President Stephen McPhee also challenged the other unions to do less talking and more doing.
If you got strike certificates, well, use them. Use them. There is no expiration date on them. The law speaks to having it.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much, Josh. Well, warm weather conditions in the capital to kick off the weekend. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks again and welcome back everybody for a quick check on conditions around the islands and outside our studios. 80 degrees is our current temperature with a few clouds, and it is on the breezy side. Your winds are out of the northeast at 15 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 77. Satellite radar composite, rinse and repeat situation across the islands today. That high pressure ridge is still in charge at the surface and aloft, and that's keeping us rather stable with some dry air mass in place. We still have a little bit of a moisture plume hanging out near the southeast Bahamas. So Inagua and the Turks and Caicos Islands, you guys could see a couple of isolated showers. But this high pressure system will remain with us throughout the night and into the weekend. So we're looking at very breezy conditions as winds will be picking up. So it's going to be a little challenging for boating and beaching through the weekend. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us to look at your extended forecast and the tropics still to come.
Still to come on Our News, the Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies offering fashionable styles this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Plus, the National Training Agency set to launch its Level Up seminar in West Grand Bahama this weekend. We'll tell you all about the training opportunities when Our News returns. Stay with us.
My name is Trevor Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts. Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra.
What are you? Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you with?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
1 out of every 10 women with breast cancer will undergo a mastectomy. Cancer survivor and administrator of the Cancer Society of the Bahamas, Erin Storr, says a part of recovery is having a bra that caters to their health, comfort, and confidence. Storr says there's one company that gives breast cancer patients and survivors just that. Our Jasmine Brown reports.
It happened to come out positive, and I was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer.
5 years ago, Erin Storr was diagnosed with breast cancer, so she knows more than anyone the importance of having the right products to battle the disease. That's where Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies Limited comes in. Storr, who's also the Bahamas Cancer Society's administrator, says they've been instrumental in helping supply the Cancer Society with what they need to help cancer patients, including their line of mastectomy bras.
I came here a couple months ago for a conference on these new bras, and they donated a new bra for me, and wonderful. It is wonderful. The Cancer Society always buy their porta-cat kits and needles from here, but those who have had a mastectomy, unfortunately I didn't have one, I only had a lumpectomy, but those who have had a mastectomy, they have a lot of bras, very nice bras, bras that don't look like granny bras, but they're very fashionable.
Storr also praised their compression and drainage bras that help breast cancer patients after surgeries. For more than a decade, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies has sold the top brands for cancer care, including Amina, which is a top mastectomy bra line. Their shelves are also stocked with breast cancer prosthesis. That's an artificial form designed to replicate the size, shape, feel, and weight of a person's breast. Their staff is also specially trained by vendors to help customers pick the right products. Storr says having a store that's so well stocked is essential.
We need to really spread the word that Bahamas Medical Supplies have all your supplies need.
She's also encouraging women across the country to get their yearly mammograms because a procedure that lasts only a few minutes can mean all the difference. Reporting for Our News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
When Our News comes back from the break, the National Training Agency set to launch its Level Up seminar in West Grand Bahama. We'll tell you all about the training opportunities straight ahead.
Coming up in sports, JJ and the Liberty take over the streets in Brooklyn, and we update you on the latest from the Caribbean Baseball Cup.
Health? Catch the Charlie Bahama show this week where we have It's Your Girl Wendy.
Either we're here or we're in New York.
Well, where you want us to be? I want to be.
Let me put some in my mouth so I won't say nothing wrong.
It's always so good to talk to you, Charlie. Oh my gosh.
Charlie Bahama show every Friday night, 8 p.m. right here on Cable Bahamas Channel 212.
Up. It's going to be a ride you'll never forget. The 242 Hottest Artist is coming to give you a ride of a lifetime.
Join us as we count down the Rev Up Top 7.
Get ready to rev up. Are you ready?
This November 5th, millions of Americans will decide in a race that will define history. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump in a fight to the finish.
Perhaps not since the Civil War has this great country felt as politically, spiritually, and emotionally divided as it does than at this moment.
The world is watching, and so are we. Starting November 3rd, Our News is live from the U.S. with a Bahamian perspective, because Our News is everywhere, always there when it counts.
Hey y'all, are you ready to be inspired? I am thrilled to announce that Inspire Her 2024 is coming, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Join us at the luxurious Atlantis Hotel Paradise Island on October 10th for an evening filled with inspiration, empowerment, and connection. The evening session promises to offer exclusive networking opportunities and transformative discussion. We invite everyone to attend and to be part of this incredible gathering. Hear from leading women activists, entrepreneurs, CEOs.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's Sean Marknut. Let's do show. The Caribbean Baseball Cup continues, and Team Bahamas hit the field to take on St. Martin in Game 2 of the group stage. St. Martin got an 8-0 win over the Bahamas last night at the Andre Rogers National Stadium. Kristen Monroe led an offensive struggle for Team Bahamas, 2 for 3 at the plate. Chavez Young went 1 for 3, and Deshaun Knowles was also 1 for 3. The Bahamas takes on Curacao tonight.
I think we had some situations in the game where we made some bonehead plays. We took a step back. We had some outs we could get early. And unfortunately, they went their way, and the game continued to go their way. They had a lot of energy. They came out and played.
Finals MVP and the rest of the New York Liberty hit the streets of Brooklyn to celebrate their first WNBA title. The city honored MVP Jonquil Jones and the newly crowned champions with a ticker tape parade that moved the celebration from Brooklyn through the Canyon Heroes in Manhattan. The city estimated that over 80,000 fans lined the streets, complete with floats, music, and 3,000 pounds of confetti. Draped in the Bahamian flag wrapped around her shoulders, Jones had her own MVP float and addressed the crowd at the ceremony at City Hall.
Everybody has really poured into the team to make sure that we would end up being successful, and now we have the ultimate prize. We have something that can never be taken away from us, and that's what it's all about.
The Liberty defeated the Minnesota Lynx in a best-of-5 series, accumulating in a 67-62 overtime win on Sunday. This was the first ticker tape parade to celebrate a pros women's sports team in New York.
The NCAA Division I swimming season is underway, and Bahamians are already putting up top performances for their respective programs. Texas Christian sophomore Nigel Forbes has already recorded one of the all-time top swims in Horned Frogs history. At the Texas A&M Tri-Meet, Forbes finished second in the 100-yard fly in 48.43 seconds, ranked 8th all-time in TCU history. Also at TCU, Olympian Renishka Gibbs was a member of the 200 free relay team that placed third in 1 minute 37.20 seconds. Over at Howard University, the Bison men finished second at the NJIT Invitational, and Errol Thompson III received NEC All-Conference honors. Thompson finished first in the 200 IM in 1 minute 54.58 seconds. At the battle at the Burr 3 against Georgetown, Zaylee Elizabeth Thompson took first place in the 200 IM in 2 minutes 7.79 seconds, the 4th fastest time in Bison history. Friday means you get the hard-hitting news that matters, the exclusive 10YS Plays of the Week. At number 5, BAISS baseball action, Nathan Major of St. Andrews with the walk-off to defeat Sac. Highlight of this play, the reaction from the catcher and the slide.
At number 4, we're used to Button hitting threes, but look at him catch this touchdown pass with the layup.
Coming in at number 3, we're going to count this as a move for DeAndre Ayton. Trace Jackson Davis falls to the floor. Ayton finishes with the flush.
At number 2, Sky Jones dunks on Mason Plumlee. I think that was personal. It was.
And coming in at number 1, the greatest women's basketball player in the world, the finals MVP, the MVP of vibes, Jonquil Jones, celebrating in New York. Sorry for making everyone think they had Junkanoo there. That was a 10YS production. That'll do it for Our Sports. This is 10YS. You know, we better not let New York outdo us when we have our parade for JJ. We having a parade, right?
You know what they don't have?
What don't they have?
Junkanoo.
Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, the National Training Agency set to launch its Level Up seminar in West Grand Bahama. We'll tell you all about the training opportunities coming up. And Greg is back with your extended weather when our news returns. Stay with us.
Hey y'all, are you ready to be inspired? I am thrilled to announce that Inspire Her 2024 is coming, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Join us at the luxurious Atlantis Hotel Paradise Island on October 10th for an evening filled with inspiration, empowerment, and connection. The evening session promises to offer exclusive networking opportunities and transformative discussion. We invite everyone to attend and to be part of this incredible gathering. Hear from leading women activists, entrepreneurs, CEOs, thought leaders, and more as they share their stories, insights, and wisdom. Tickets are now available for purchase through the Alive Events app. Corporate packages and vendor opportunities are also available, providing a unique platform for businesses to showcase their support and connect with a diverse audience. Grab your girlfriends, mark your calendars for October 10th, and join us at the Inspire Her 2024 Women's Conference. See you there.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
My name is Troy Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless.
This is our news. Welcome back. Quite across areas, a ridge of high pressure dominates our weather. We'll get to that in a short while, but the tropics remaining quiet. We still have the remnants of Oscar way out there in the northern Atlantic and a long plume of moisture extending very near the southeast Bahamas and Hispaniola, likely to develop a couple isolated showers across that area. The remainder of the tropics quiet at this time, and we will continue to watch the southwest Caribbean. We'll show you that in a short while, but across our area, that ridge of high pressure keeping us rather dry. Pressure gradient is going to tighten through the rest of the weekend and into early next week, so we're looking at some breezy conditions, going to make boating and beaching a challenge. So we're asking you boaters and beachgoers to exercise some caution out there. Southwest Caribbean, National Hurricane Center still going to be watching that area for the possibility of a low developing. We have some convection down there, not organized at this time, but it won't be until next week before we take a closer look at this area for any possible development. Future forecast showing nothing happening across us, just some isolated showers passing through the central Bahamas, and we have that moisture plume near the southeast Bahamas that could, as I mentioned, develop a couple isolated showers. But that stiff northeasterly breeze will be bringing in some Atlantic moisture, so once again, we will be looking for a couple isolated showers taking us through the weekend. Boating forecast. Small craft caution in effect for all areas. Your winds will be northeast to east at 15 to 20 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet, but they will be building up to 6 feet in some northeasterly swells. Low tide is at 10:09 tonight. The high tide takes place at 4:11 in the morning. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, quiet conditions Saturday and Sunday. We have a weak frontal boundary that's likely to push into the northwest Bahamas with falling apart, actually, not much moisture. But we keep some showers in the forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperatures being nice and comfortable into the mid to upper 80s or low temperatures at night. They will fall in the low to mid 70s. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night. Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, the National Training Agency set to launch its Level Up seminar in West Grand Bahama this weekend. The free initiative, in collaboration with the Member of Parliament for West End and Bimini, Kingsley Smith, aims to empower Bahamians through skills training and professional development for the workforce. The Level Up seminar will take place on Saturday with 2 sessions. The first at West End Primary School from 8:45 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's followed by a second session at the 8 Mile Rock High School Gymnasium from 12:45 p.m. to 4 p.m. NTA Manager on Grand Bahama, Kenneth Miller, expressed his excitement about bringing the seminar to West Grand Bahama, while community member Jeffrey Pinder encouraged residents to seize the opportunity.
Our target is persons between the ages of 16 to 35, our working populace. But if you are a wee bit younger or younger at heart, we challenge you to also register at the constituency office or our National Training Agency office in the NIB building upstairs.
Now, you often hear us talk about opportunities in Grand Bahama, and this is a perfect example as to what we mean when we talk about preparation and being ready. And this is the next bold statement. I love the fact that this has been done and not said.
West Grand Bahama and Bimini Member of Parliament Kingsley Smith says it's all a part of government's mission to help Bahamians advance and unlock their full potential.
When it comes to achieving better for yourselves, there is nothing little about it. Don't downplay it. Every step towards greater is an achievement that ought not to be overlooked.
All right, well, Applebee's Bahamas is gearing up to be your go-to spot for catching all the big games and enjoying family meals when it opens this November at Fusion Superplex. Director of Operations Rayford Ramming says the restaurant will offer casual dining with a Bahamian twist. To enhance the experience, there will be a video wall for sports fans and a live DJ on select nights to keep the energy high while you dine. Ramming shared more on the exciting partnership with Fusion Superplex.
We'll be running literally 4 bars. We have the dining room, the inside dining room, and then we'll have the terrace. Beautiful view outside. Everybody's been to the edge. So, and I guess what I should say here now is, yes, we've taken over all of the food and beverage entities on the top floor at Fusion, including the theaters. So you'll be able to get a sample of the great Applebee's menu as you watch the Hulk or Spider-Man or whatever you come to watch. You'll still get Applebee's. So we aim to please.
All right, I love Applebee's and I am certainly looking forward to it. And with that, we thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
Hello, I'm Jerome Sawyer, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, if you want to continue to receive this great content, be sure and hit that button right over there. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way, you continue to get all of this great content from the team you already trust.